This is episode 215, Yamaha Custom Shop 11 string.
Welcome to the tone control crash. It was awful. It got caught on my finger.
So bad.
What are you going to do? I don't have a drumstick.
Get a gong next time.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm sure everyone's excited to hear this, but I feel like I'm having technical difficulties tonight. It's like a classic tone control from several months ago.
Yeah. We had a good run.
It was fine. I think Discord changed something because now that music started crackling on me. Okay. I don't know what to do. Anyway, it's a tone control, and we are joined today by Steve from Gear Stuff and Things, YouTube channel, website, the whole thing. It's going to be fun. I met Steve a bit ago when he came and did a little tour video walkthrough thing for my studio, which was really kind and nice of him. And he's managed to keep in touch with me in spite of my being bad at that. And I decided, hey man, let's talk more. Steve has a real fun YouTube channel and lots of cool videos, and we're going to talk more about that. And that's my babble. That's my stream of consciousness right now. Hi, welcome. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, babbling incessantly. I'm okay.
We chatted about Gear Stuff and Things when the video came out. That was episode 205 for those playing along at home. Episode name is You Got Cheesed, You Little Bitch. So we all remember which episode that was.
That was a very, very good one.
A special tone control experience.
Yes. Forgive my... I'm trying to figure out what Discord changed. Okay, I'm going to ignore it. I'm ignoring all the crackling from here out. This is a fuck it, we'll do it live situation.
It's getting better. I'll say that much.
Okay.
To me, anyway, it is. So we'll be fine.
Okay.
Steve, welcome. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
So tell us, I guess, should we just roll in? Tell us about...
Look at this.
Look at this. It's you.
There he is right there.
Gearstuffandthings.com and the corresponding YouTube channel. Hit me with that sweet elevator pitch.
Essentially, it started as just a way for me to demo pedals and things. And then I started to kind of feel like things were a bit oversaturated. So I decided to focus it on baritone guitar for a while.
Okay.
And as time goes on, I don't really know what I'm doing with it anymore. I try to do the studio things just because I think it's super interesting to see how other people have stuff set up and what their workflow and all that is.
Yeah.
I've admittedly, I've been quite lazy with it just because I've been busy and as of late. And then I had a weird viral moment on TikTok. So I kind of backed off of YouTube because I can spend 5 minutes and do everything on TikTok versus spend 8 hours putting together a video.
Man.
So it just became more so just taking advantage of my time a little better. So I'm still doing it, and I've actually filmed 2 other videos for YouTube. I just haven't had time to edit them. Whereas TikTok, I just do it all on my phone.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's weird. I had one post go crazy and then nothing else after that. So
I mean, all hail the algorithm, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't you hate that shit?
Yeah. So I was in preparing for the show the last few weeks. I've been checking out your channel. I like a lot of the Helix content, a lot of the other Line 6 gadgetry. And I did notice a lot of it is baritone focused, which I think is rad. I don't actually own a baritone, but it is on the short list for me to check out someday And so like I'm excited if that becomes like this is my endorsement of like making that a focus. So I have a resource to learn more about baritone stuff.
I suppose I should do more of that. There were a couple of bigger YouTubers that started doing it shortly thereafter. And I was like, well, I feel like I went from like having a lot of people paying attention to like being a tiny fish in a big pond all out of nowhere. But there's a gentleman named Scott Bunn who does primarily baritone stuff, and he's a buddy of mine. He's a good resource, but I want to get back into it because I feel like most people are doing it in heavy genres specifically. And I feel like there's a lot more stuff to explore with baritone than purely heavy stuff. But I don't know. I appreciate the endorsements.
I saw ages ago some Sean Tubbs video about using baritones to just like broaden up and widen up some of your regular guitar work as like an extra layer in the background and added track. And I'm like, that seems like a cool idea, but a baritone for me feels a little not one trick pony, but it's like such a specialized tool in my mind. That may not be true.
Maybe you'd
like,
find it wasn't if you had it right.
Yeah, this is the guidance I need.
How did you get that to be a focus? Is that just like a particular interest of yours, or was it you were just like, I need something different?
It was both. It embarrassingly enough started out in the early 2000s when I was in bands that were trying to be Korn.
I mean,
I was in a band like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was playing 7-string for many years. And then I just figured out that baritone existed. I was like, I can tune like a 7-string or a lower and not have to deal with the extra string or learning new chord voicings and all this. So at the time, I just kind of got hip to it because I wanted to do something different. But I mean, that wasn't, I think, 2001. So I've played baritone since then. I own, I think, 6 of them now. So
nice.
All varying specifics, different scale lengths and things for different tunings.
Eric in the chat wants
I don't have anything to give you. What I don't own, my wife has claimed. So, because she also plays baritone in she's in 2 bands. She's in the band Kitty, and then she's also the guitar player and singer of a band called White Swan. So she plays baritone in that project, and when she's not playing drums in Kitty.
Well, shit. Okay. So much information. Are you active in a band with baritones at the moment or otherwise?
Yeah, my main project is, which has a terrible name that I feel embarrassed to say every time I say it. But
we can rename it on the show, right? We'll just so give it to us really now, and by the end of the show, we will have crowdsourced a new name.
I appreciate it. So the band I'm in is called Close the Hatch. I've been doing that for about 9 years.
Wow, cool. Right on.
Which started as like a post-metal thing and kind of became a strictly doom thing for a while with lots of screaming. And since the past 2 years, or past 3 years, which we didn't do a whole lot, obviously, because of the pandemic, we released a record that was much more like melodic with singing and no screaming. And then the pandemic happened, so we couldn't tour and support it. So,
shit.
Cool.
Yeah. But, and then I also play in White Swan with my wife. I'm the 3rd guitar player in that band, but I play bass 6 in that band. So it's
bass
slightly
6.
different.
Dang. All these like extended range.
I don't know what that, I don't, help me out. I don't know what that means. So tell me about bass 6. Does that mean, is that like instead of bass 10, are we talking about a different counting system?
Yes, that's exactly. I guess I don't need to explain it.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. It's hexadecimal is what you mean.
Yeah. It's essentially a short scale bass that has 6 strings and it's tuned an octave below. So it's E to E, just like a guitar, but it's a bass.
Okay. Wow.
And it's set up more like a guitar. So the neck is a guitar neck. The distance between the strings is like a guitar.
It's still an extended scale compared to guitar, right? It's a short scale bass, but a long scale
it's
guitar.
30 inches long.
Okay, so this is yet another evolution of baritone, right? So baritone is lower or higher than this? Higher, right?
Baritone is higher.
Okay.
This would actually be in the bass register.
Nice. I didn't know. I didn't know that existed at all.
Oh,
It's
really?
primarily used until recently when it became more of a metal thing, I guess. But prior to that, it was mostly in like spaghetti westerns and stuff, like all of those like John Wayne movies. When you hear like a low tuned thing in there, like a jangly thing or something with vibrato, is usually a bass 6.
Wow,
they've been around since the early 60s.
Yeah, Squire has a reissue right now that looks like they're $4.99. I think it'd be super fun to mess around with. I'm still kind of more drawn to baritone overall. I think, what's baritone tuned to? Is it B to B?
Standard tuning for baritone is B to B.
Yeah.
But you can do all kinds of stuff with it. I'm trying to think. Behind me, I have 3 of them, and they're all kind of set up different. 4 of them actually. It just depends on what you want to do. I have a few that stay in standard, and then in my own band, I tune to an open sus tuning.
Whoa.
So it's
all right.
I've got stupid stuff going on. Like I can show you. Like
I
have this guy. I built this Warmoth parts.
Yeah, that's wicked.
And Guitar Fetish, people usually hate it because it has a Gibson headstock.
Triggered.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Let's see. And I have an EGC that I've had for about 12 years now. That is also a baritone.
Oh, wow.
Is that the aluminum neck and stuff?
Yeah, the whole guitar is aluminum.
Wicked.
With the stainless steel and aluminum neck.
Yes. Rock and roll
It weighs
forever.
about 20 pounds.
Oh.
It's brutal.
But you need that for the mass, the sustain,
the savagery,
man.
Yeah.
It definitely has its own sound. Then this is the one I usually keep in standard. And it started its life as one of those SX guitars from Rondo Music.
No, when you say standard, do you mean baritone standard?
Baritone standard.
Okay,
it's
so B2B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
And this one kind of stays in that territory, and it has a Seth Lover pickup, so it's a little more jangly. I tend to treat this one more for like clean stuff.
I love this.
I love how so many of these are teleform too, because I love the juxtaposition of it's not like, it doesn't look like a BC Rich or something insane like a metal guitar would, right? It's like this is
a pointy headstock, yeah.
It's like this is a cowboy guitar. Get off my lawn,
So I have this one, which is a J Mascus, but I modified it. It's got the Warmoth neck on it.
Yeah.
And
nice.
then
you can buy
hardtail.
Oh, cool. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, you can buy conversion necks from Warmoth. I knew that, but I hadn't really considered a baritone conversion neck.
Yep.
I love this.
Yeah,
okay.
so anything that's 25.5 with a Fender pocket, it'll swap right out.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Derek, you have so many guitars that you probably don't play that often that you could just...
I just sold one, actually, and it's a good thing I did because maybe it's not a good... I don't know. If I had decided to keep it, that would have been a great use case to put a conversion neck on that guitar. But yeah, I mean, I've looked at baritones a little bit. When Squire, just dropped those baritone double bound tellies that are really, really cheap. And they seemed like, I think they're like $3.99 or something. It just seemed like a great entry price point and a really modifiable guitar to like put in some wicked pickups or something like that, new tuners, new nut, and you'd be in really good shape. I know Revolta makes a very cool baritone that I've had my eye on too, but it's like 3 times as expensive. It's like well over $1,000. But I don't know. I kind of want to fuck around with that because I do like the big heaviness, but I don't want a 7-string, I think, or an 8-string. I was looking at 8 strings the other day just as like a fun thing, but I'm
borrowing one now.
They have such a wide ass neck.
Is it such a massive pain in the butt?
It's weird because at first it was super uncomfortable, but the more I've been forcing myself to play it, the less uncomfortable it becomes.
So, all right, let me grab. Hang on. So, like, I have my regular 6-string here, and I know, like, my hands know that that's A because, like, I just know those notes, but with the muscle memory of where my hand is, that there's 1 string below it makes that A. And so, if I do that on a 7-string, if there's 1 string below, that's the 7th string now. So now it's my fingers are telling me A, but the note is actually E. And that's not great. What do I do? What do I do then? So to play an A, I have to tell my fingers to play D. And like all of that gets fucked up. So I don't know. enter the appeal of baritone that is the normal number of strings that I'm used to. So
it's definitely a comfort thing, like they'll get into all the technical stuff. We won't go too far into it because it's boring as shit, but
I don't know, man.
So.
You're in the right place for that, but
so essentially there's different scales, right? So there's 26.5 is what they consider the beginning of baritone. Most of them are 27 or 27.5.
Okay.
All Warmoth necks come by default in 28 and 5/8, so they're even bigger.
Yeah.
But the advantage is as the scale length increases, you can actually go with thinner strings in order to tune low.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is some balance there. It just depends on what you're after. And some people like things to kind of be loose. It's similar, like if you take like a Les Paul or something and tune it to like drop C or something, it's going to be a little bit floppy.
Yeah.
Some people dig that. I'm not one of those people.
I don't like that. So I want the tension to be kind of pretty.
I don't like to hear the wow.
Used to.
It's just a tuning nightmare.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So for me, I prefer the 28 and 5/8, or at least the 27.7 or 27.5. Sorry, too many numbers. But I mean, that must be feels a little more natural.
That must be pretty close to the relationship between 24 and 3/4 and 25.5. Like those are two very common guitar scale lengths, and I think most guitarists can pick them up and feel the difference, but may have a preference.
It doesn't stop you.
It doesn't stop you from playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So with something like that, because it's all logarithmic, right? So the differences in inches keep getting greater, even if it's the same amount of difference, like as a percent. So, every octave we go down, technically those frets are massively farther apart than the difference between, a Fender and a Gibson, typical scale length, right? So it will start to feel pretty different, I expect, as far as how far you're stretching to do the same chord forms, right?
So absolutely. Yeah, you have to it takes some adjusting. I've been doing it so long I don't notice it anymore, but I do notice when I play like a regular telly or like one of the Gibsons I have, that I notice immediately, like it feels like a toy almost in comparison.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh. Do you have to buy extended range strings? Because I know in bass there's not multi-scale, but you can buy, short and long bass strings depending on the scale length you have.
I actually have them. So D'Addario, like most of the companies, make a baritone option these days. So D'Addario has these guys. Where's my camera here? Which is the baritone mediums.
Okay.
Which those are 14 to 68.
Whoa.
So quite large.
Yeah.
And then the bass 6 stuff, I've switched to Fender for those, which is weird. I haven't played a Fender string since I had first started playing guitar.
Oh man, are they better than they were 25 years ago, the last time I played some?
Well, for bass 6, they're pretty solid, but and they're hexagonal, so they're a little more responsive with like picking tack stuff. But these are 24 to 100, so they're massive. There's not a single, like they're all wound.
Just about in bass zone. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're all wound. That's
all
insane.
Wound.
Awesome.
Eric, he said 100. Yes, that is 3 digits.
Bridge cables is right. Damn. Very cool. I'm going to have to investigate baritones a little more closely, I think.
If you're interested in those Squires, they're not bad. I had one of the paranormal ones, which I think they sell in like seafoam green now.
Right, and they have like Jazzmaster pickups or something weird.
Yeah, I had one of those. It was a great guitar for the price. I think it was like $399 or something.
Here we go. It's the classic vibe, 27-inch scale. And it's just a regular telly, 2 single coils. But I when we talked about it on the show, I'm going to put a link in the chat. That was back in episode 207. I have to put my legs in Wednesday and Thursday was the name of that one. Or no, I'm sorry, Wednesday and Friday.
Friday. It was Thursday when I was doing it, you see.
Yeah. And I was just thinking like, man, you throw a stacked humbucker in this thing and kind of upgrade some other parts and you can have a lot of fun. And I think, if they're $499, it looks like probably US.
I'm having the same reaction as I did at the time too. I'm looking at this going, that doesn't look different to me, just in the picture. Yeah. And I know like it's a slippery slope though.
It doesn't look different until you look a little more.
Yeah.
You look at it for a little bit,
Right.
The proportions are wrong.
Yeah.
But again, it's only off by 2.5 inches or something.
Mhm.
It's not a huge difference, but that's wicked. I love this. Okay.
Tons of fun.
Yeah.
I had, having watched a bunch of your videos, I had sort of totally forgotten about the focus on the whole baritone thing. Actually, it's because the last ones I was watching was all the Helix, like tone matching and stuff like this, which I found really interesting just because I'm usually like, I'm trying to dig into like bits of tone and stuff like that. I don't actually have a Helix here, but I've had some people have brought them in sometimes and I'm going to play with them a little bit, but just anything, whatever I'm trying to like find tones with, I'm doing all these things, but not to compare to something directly. So it's like, oh, I just feel like it should be like this in the song, like we have the track playing and we're just sort of like trying to adjust to get it to where I want it to be kind of thing. And all the little details and stuff in the Helix stuff, I do kind of wish I had one, but I don't know. I'm so.
I mean,
I know the little ones are so cheap. It's sort of silly that I don't have one.
What about Helix Native?
Native, yeah, Native is great.
Oh, software.
Yeah, there's a plugin version.
Man, I guess I should.
Like
I guess I should
$3.99,
try it. I'm also so spoiled by UAD and hardware. Like I pretty much never have any native. Anything real time that's native, you know what I mean? Like anything I'm
the
trying
cool
to
thing
perform
about
through, it probably doesn't
one
matter
of the
for
cool
guitar.
things about Helix Native is, I mean, this is kind of a useless feature, I guess, but it's a little clever, is you can tell it to emulate any of the Helix products. So you can tell it like, give me as many blocks as the Stomp has, or give me as many blocks as the Helix floor has, or as many blocks as your computer can handle. And which is often
it's sort of
many,
like, so if
blocks.
you're designing something that you're then going to you're going to copy down to your board, right? So that makes sense.
It's cool. For the purposes of like just messing around in the studio, it's not really necessary. But if you had it, then we could all be sharing tones. So there's that. But
whatever.
Not a reason to go spend a bunch of money. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I could. I so seldom have it. Okay, so actually, like this week, there's a band in the studio, which is why there's all this extra shit here. They actually brought some pretty cool guitars. I should talk, but there's like a digital piano over here, and like we recorded the piano with MIDI because we wanted to use some different sound sets that we didn't have right here right now, and I am so not used to it that I like made the guy do a whole take through the song with my buffer size at 1024. So he's like struggling and he's playing a little at a time. And I'm like, I know he's a better player than this. And I'm like looking at him going, huh. And I'm thinking, how do I adjust the mix? I'm like turning the click track up, up, up. It's like hurting our ears. And then I go, oh shit, this is my fault. I'm like, so I went and changed it. I was like, I'd knock it way down. I was like, does this feel better? He's like, yeah, what happened? And I was like, well, I fucked you over.
I'm done.
I was an asshole to you. But that's just it. Like I never deal with the buffer at all, like live inputs, because I have this UAD stuff or just like an actual pedals or something like that. And I hate dealing with buffers. So anyway, I was reminded of how much I hate dealing with buffers the other day when I made a mistake yesterday, I think.
It reminds me when Justin was in my old band and we were in a band together, we were doing the record at your house, and like at some point we'd like broke for lunch, came back, and couldn't play along to the tracks.
It was
because like low latency monitoring. Yeah, Ryan was trying to play. I made him and you're like, you're better
buffer.
Than this.
I was like, what's going on? He's like, give it to me again. I know I can do it. It took way longer that day to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like one menu item. Just click.
Yeah.
Oh, that fixed it.
How did it get turned off? I don't know. Stupid Pro Tools. Anyway, there's a band here. We're doing this. This is sort of interesting. Okay, so Steve, normally we start the show by talking about nonsense and bullshit that has nothing to do with guitars.
That's true. We really rolled into it.
We
today.
do sort of what's been going on this past week. Well, for me, what's been going on is there's a band in the studio all this week through Saturday. We're doing one of their guys lives in Canada and has flown in, and we're making sure we get all the stuff right. They hired drums remote, and they came out great.
Wow.
So I sent them in. So basically, we've been dropping in to finished drums, more or less, like unmixed. And where normally I would take it kind of instrument at a time, right? Because there's all this setup and breakdown and stuff like this. We're kind of going the other way. So we're going song at a time, and instruments are sort of in random order. A lot of times we're starting with bass. Yesterday we did the vocals before the guitars because of some like, arrangement reason, and it's been sort of fun. But I have all this stuff. I have a random crash cymbal. I don't know why they brought this yet. I assume I'm going to find out tomorrow.
I hope they never use it. I would just love if they brought it and it's just for the vibe.
So, okay, so let me see here. This is, I'm going to see if my headphones can reach. This telly is a Fujigen? Do we know that?
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen one.
I couldn't remember how to pronounce it. I didn't ask their permission before doing this, but whatever. They left this all here. This ancient wait. I can't even read it. It's so, the decal. Kalamazoo?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what it says.
Cool.
Yeah, with a bird on it. Anyway.
Okay.
This ancient acoustic, which is very reminiscent of the way that I picked out my acoustic, like it's extremely beat up and has sort of a weird, warm sound. It's very cracked and repaired. Sounds good though. Oh, the bass.
Looks like it's got some mojo.
Yeah, all the bass has been this guy.
Oh, nice.
This Guild Hollow.
Guild.
Nice.
Cool.
Guild Hollow bass. It's good. He's got flat wounds on it. He's using.
Oh, nice.
We're playing everything through the bass soul food with the treble knob all the way off. It's fine.
Very cool.
It's fine. Back there is I think it's a Yamaha 11 string. I think it was a 12 string from the factory.
Okay.
Only brought 11 strings.
Yeah, a little custom modification there.
Yeah.
Take the octave off the D string. That'll really brighten it up.
Which one's missing? It is a G string is missing its octave.
Oh, okay.
The missing G string. Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know. There's more cases. Something might be in a case. Anyway, yes, it's pretty cool kind of alt-rocky stuff. There's going to be a couple songs that don't have drums in them. There's going to be a cajon. We did some harmonica today. It's all over the place. Actually, today was really rough because the song is mega quiet. Like the whole song is like acoustic and 12 string, like the most gentle finger style in the universe. And then another 12 string that's just harmonics.
Oh,
and
Lord.
And there's four people in this room, and we're all like,
and you're
trying
like, hold your
not
breath
to move. Like I can hear like, oh my God, there's birds outside, you know? It's like, Jesus. Anybody, the breathing, I stuck a chunk of foam on a mic stand, like over the mic to try to cut down on the nose whistling that I was hearing and stuff like that from the poor guy. But we made it through.
I remember recording acoustic and being able to hear my shirt moving against my skin, like when I would just like move in the.
And that's just normal.
Breathing.
That's just normal when you're playing normal. That's not like, and I'm playing as quiet as I possibly can. Like he finished a take and like sort of moved his arm a little, and the sweat you could hear it.
It's like deafening.
Peel off the surface of the guitar. It was right at the end of the song. And he goes, I ruined it. So it's been fun. This band doesn't have a name. It's the Alex Beam Band. I don't know. It's just anyway. I don't know. Maybe we'll find a name by the end of the week. So anyway,
nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
love that.
Fun. It's crowded in here.
Very cool.
Probably nice to be doing like band stuff. Like,
yeah,
again. I mean,
it's a lot of work, and I'm tired. Not because I don't like this part of my job, but because I kind of had to front load a bunch of non-music work last week. And I'm gonna have to pick up that slack. You know what I mean? I have to like kind of get ahead.
Yeah.
It's like having a vacation, and then you have to make up for it with work. Except I'm also
Re-entry.
working.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I love that.
What's going on over there? In the, I mean, I know I just
Over
talked to
here?
you the other night, but you know,
Oh, well, what's going on over here is nursery is in progress. Steve, we're having a baby in 7 weeks. So
Congratulations.
thanks. So lots of moving furniture and figuring where we want things and more moving furniture and stuff like that. So, but that's going well. We're going to do a bunch more of that this weekend and hopefully really finalize a bunch of things. I am in between grad terms finally, and just leaning into the not having to do anything, which is great. So, looking forward to that.
superb.
I've had this week and I have all of next week off too. So that's cool. And my next class is a film class, which I'm kind of into because it's just a dusting off of my undergraduate degree. I get to read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for the first time. I also have to read Minority Report, which thump, thud, yeah. Slam. But Minority Report, news to me, is only like a 34-page short story and not actually a novel. So that'll be cool. And we get to watch the movie. So, I mean, fuck it,
Hey,
right?
that's a fun afternoon right there.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what's going on. And I think that's kind of it. Yeah, just like tapering down. My Novo is in progress. That'll be here. I'm estimating like 3 weeks, I hope. I mean, they said they might go over the timeline a little bit, but we already are over, and I don't know what a little bit means. But like it could be like, do they mean over by a week? Because I waited a year for this. So on the scale of a year, what is a little bit over?
Yeah.
Is that like 1 week or is it like 1 month?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
yeah,
I'm trying to not be annoying and email them every 8 seconds when I think about it, but it'll be here soon and it's going to be rad. I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool.
As everyone knows, I'm not quiet about that. That's all that's going on. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Quiet week, normal week.
Steve, do you have anything? I don't know. Do you have anything? What's new? What's going on? Where does life find you?
Well, where does it find me?
Not that we hang out every month necessarily, but hey, I feel like I should, you know.
Well, I'm back in school, so I started doing that mid-pandemic because I didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going for my bachelor's in computer technology. Essentially, it's cybersecurity will be the degree. It's not the most exciting thing in the world.
Maybe not, but it's a very in-demand thing.
It's not going away.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So doing that, and I work as a tech support agent for Home Depot's website, which is pretty awful.
Do you mean
so
the
there's
job is
that.
awful or the website is awful?
All of the
Half
above.
a dozen one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I do that, and that's my quote unquote 9 to 5. And then I have various mixing projects that I'm working on currently for bands.
Righteous.
And that has been that noise in the background is my wife using a blender. Anyway, yeah, I know I have a bunch of projects, which is a good thing to have, mixing projects. But I'm a bit overwhelmed with them because the communication between these projects has been a little difficult. And maybe you, I kind of am curious because you're doing much more of this exclusively.
Yeah.
My goal is to get back into doing it again. I just got lazy with it. Honestly, I haven't been pursuing it. But now that I am and I'm getting busier, I'm kind of getting more and more work as time goes. So great. However, the problem I have is sometimes when I'm dealing with bands, and I'm saying this because I'm hoping you encounter it, and you're equally miserable.
Yeah, embrace
when
the
I'm
stuff.
dealing with a band, and then instead of like one person being the representative for that project, I get like 10 emails from each member of the band with a different request.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to like go back through them and be like, well, James said he wanted this, but you're saying you want this. And it's just a nightmare.
Wow.
It is legitimately freaking me out. Like,
I feel that misery for you. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, no, that's real.
yeah. I've tried to tame it. I've kind of been like, hey, can you just like talk to each other? And then one person send me all of this.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that's like, how do I not sound condescending? Because at a certain point, I am being condescending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not because I want to be. It's just kind of like,
You kind of have to be.
let's get it together, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely used to get a lot more of that than I do. And I got this advice from somebody else. This isn't exactly like my invention, but from this like business Facebook group that's kind of, I don't know if it's defunct or if it's that I don't pay attention to Facebook anymore, but either way. But it was all about like kind of trying to do this job and helping people along, right? And this guy like made courses and stuff, but part of it was sort of like I think this group was sort of a farm siphon kind of thing for the larger course thing, but there was a lot of good advice in it. Anyway, it ended up being all about like up front, just chart out, here's exactly what's going to happen. And spelled out like on day 3, like, I'm going to send you this mix and then you're going to go over your notes. Everyone is going to talk. And then you're going to create a note sheet that is going to come from one of you. And it's going to be, this is your mix revisions, right? And one of you is going to send that to me and you will have already reconciled the turn the vocals up and then the bass player says turn the vocals down. That's already been zeroed out. So now the vocals are going to stay
they're in
still.
the right place.
Right. And that and like, with the specification also, there's also this like extra thing, and I have this written out in like an agreement that anybody signs like before we start working. That is essentially a contract, but because it's like whatever, I'm not going to go to court for anything because it'd be more expensive than
it's 12 emails.
Right, so it's like this is what a contract is. It's just I read a bunch of stuff down and then now it's in writing. Yeah. So, but anyway, it's like. I include 3 revisions. So I'll do a mix and I'll say like with the price I gave you is the mix, all the things, and it includes 3 revisions. And I say like collect all your notes, send them to me at the end after you've all discussed it, and that will be a revision. And basically that means if I get an email from the singer and then I get an email from the bass player, that's 2 revisions. That's 2 revisions. Right? And so it's like that's like spelled out and then what happens is, instead of it sounding condescending, because you just spelled it out at the beginning, it's now like preparatory. And now they're like, oh, I'm on board, right? I'm part of creating this non-condescending atmosphere. It's like, if they've never thought of it before, it's like, I have to step up to be worth this or something like that. And then of course there's inevitable failures and somebody still messes it up. But then it's like, you remember when I told you this, and then it's okay to be condescending. So, but I would say since I started writing all that stuff down, that almost never happens. And I think that's why. I think half of it is because they are like, look at how together this setup is. Look at how planned this is. Now I know exactly what to do. And then the other half is the people who aren't going to fit with that are completely scared off. And and likewise, like scam. I get emails from people that aren't very serious about it or are actual scammers. And it's like, sure, fill out my quote request form on my website. And they don't and continue to ask me questions, or when it's a scammer, because I don't know if you've ever seen this scam, but they want you to give them a price for something that they make up, and then it's like, also tell me your business name and your address and your full name. And I'm like, fill out my quote request form. And I say like, this form is to filter out people who either aren't serious about their music or are scammers. So I'm sure you won't have a problem with it unless you're one of those people. And then I hear nothing back. So anyway, I don't know.
That makes sense.
Maybe
appreciate the insight.
It's, yeah. I don't think you should feel bad about being condescending if multiple band members are sending you things, because that probably means they're fighting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Or
I was
going to
say, like, it's
after you reply all to them.
It's the professional way of saying, like, talk amongst yourselves. and get back to me.
Or get on a call, get on a video call, like with everybody or something. Like, let's have a multiple person Zoom, and then maybe it'll be like eating popcorn while they all talk about it.
Yeah. I bet
a guy was blowing me up with text, and then I was like, "Hey, can I just call you?" And then he just kept texting me. I was like, "I'm calling you." So then he didn't answer, and he's like, "No, I'm busy right now." I was like, "You're
not that
blowing
busy."
My phone up with text. You're not that busy.
Like I attract this problem where like everybody texts me at the same time and my phone rings off the hook. So before Apple introduced like the do not disturb focus stuff, I made myself a shortcut called chill out, and
just
you tap it. It asks how long. It says how long do you want to chill out, and I put in a time, and it just puts on do not disturb until that time is up, because I can't be having that. Like I just have this like notification anxiety. I'm like, I'm just going to launch my phone into orbit if one more person emails me.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Rad. Yeah.
Should we what should we do now?
We should okay. So we've been this is all episodes go long. At the point where all episodes go long, are they long or are they normal?
I was
question.
Thinking I listened to the last episode a little bit today, and I'm like, God, we don't shut up. We got to work on shutting up a little bit.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to talk about a couple of these little nonsense things at the beginning. Not a song. I'm going to play this. I do not think that's a Derek. Eric says he thinks that's a
Justin
Derek.
demo.
That's a me demo. Derek doesn't play guitar that badly. That is the Golem something from Deep Sea Devices. The Golem. I think it's just called the Golem. I don't know what it is. Deep Space. Sorry, Deep Space.
Oh, Deep Space.
It's all cut off in ellipses here. Deep Space Devices. Golem. I don't know. Maybe it's a distortion. I don't remember.
Sounds distortion-y.
Yeah, it sounds. I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was reverb or distortion. Honestly,
I think it's a drive.
So maybe it's both.
Yeah, real quick. Oh,
what do we got new?
Real quick, some administrative detail stuff. We now have a link tree in our Instagram profile. So if you need links to things, including our merch, you can find it there. Also, if you're in Discord and you type in !link, !links, plural, you'll get all the links there as well. Yeah, so very cool. That's it. I know, like, the merch link is too long, patreon.com/whatever. Like, so I finally just caved. I was like, wait, this is actually free. So why haven't we done it?
The link tree is a shortened thing, right? So what is that?
Linktree.com or link.tr.ee.
Wait, tr.ee? That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's in our Instagram profile. You can see it.
Okay.
You click that and it brings you to a breakout of all of our links. So link to YouTube, Discord, the podcast itself, all the socials, they're all right there. So
got it.
If you're wondering where to find our stuff, it's there at the Tone Control on Instagram and everywhere else. So, and then secondly, let me grab this email because it was absolutely hilarious. Did you happen to see this, Justin?
Only like the preview. I was too busy at the time.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Jason in California, we should do a bit.ly link for the Linktree
link. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Jason in California has messaged in on the pick versus plectrum debate. And he says, hey guys, I was just listening to the latest episode.
Not a debate. Go
plectrum. All the pick versus plectrum talk made me laugh because I lived in the Netherlands for a while and my friends would make fun of me for calling a pick because pick, P-I-K, means dick in Dutch. Okay. So everyone calls it a plectrum over there when speaking English. And so as a result, did I. Although I enjoyed my time there, I'm happy to be able to call it a pick again. It's not only less nerdy, but has fewer syllables as well. Half, in fact. Cheers.
Fantastic. I love it.
That.
Love it. All right. Thanks, Jason in California. Why aren't you in Discord? All right. I'm just kidding.
Riddle me this, Jason in California.
Okay. There's maybe we should throw in your pedal genie here, and then we'll do some news after the split. All right, everybody, are you ready for the PIK? Nope, that's not anything. Gonna try to make a joke. Didn't happen. Fun will commence now. Okay, it's pedal genie time, and you know what that means. It's time to run the ad, and it's time to play the gifts. Tonight's gifts are Star Trek. So yeah, here we go.
Pedal Genie is like the Netflix of guitar pedals. Rent any pedal you want for as long as you want for one low monthly price. Shipping is included and there are no late fees or time limits. With over 1,500 pedals to try from nearly 100 different manufacturers, Pedal Genie definitely has the gear you want to try. Subscriptions start with Flex at just $19.95 a month. Try out one pedal at a time for as long as you want. Send it back when you're ready for the next one. For only $39.95 a month, the standard subscription includes shipping, so you could have a different pedal every few days. If one isn't enough for you, Pedal Genie Pro gets you 3 pedals at a time for only $64.95 a month. Shipping included. There's a subscription for everyone, and best of all, your first month is free. If you find the pedal of your dreams, the one you just have to keep, Pedal Genie will offer you a buyout option. Prices vary with the length of your membership and the type of pedal, but you'll definitely get an awesome price for the pedal in your hand. So head to pedalgenie.com to fill up your wish list with pedals, and they'll send out your first pedal ASAP. Pedal Genie, all your pedal wishes granted.
Oh my God. Okay. That was great.
I love it.
That was great. By the way, it's definitely Discord that's screwing up my computer because every time a GIF comes, all my audio crackles.
Oh no.
So Discord changed something and it's causing it to render badly or some shit. I don't know. Anywho. I hope that doesn't come out on the video, but that's fine. So, what do we got today?
I have the Catalan bread and Tickthon.
I think I've had this before.
Did you? I think we just talked about it because the name was awesome.
Maybe we talked about it because the name was awesome.
Otherworldly tone-generating fuzz tremolo that truly defies classification. That is correct.
Okay.
I'll give him that much. Okay, so I'm here with the Rev, with the Les Paul. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Bridge pickup. Here's the Antickthon.
What? Wow. So for $152.99, that sound could be yours.
You can
check this out.
Your
now
guitar sound like a baboon.
I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to turn the volume and tone pots on my guitar.
So wait.
Yes, there, Justin.
So it's interacting electrically with your guitar, like it's using your tone pots as controls for the pedal.
Yes, but you can play guitar over that and it goes away.
Okay.
So
it's when it's not getting signal, it starts to include your guitar in its own circuit. That is bananas.
If I turn, my guitar's on. So if I turn the volume down a little bit, it doesn't do that. Right? It's just, you got some drive hiss, right? I turn it up. There it is. Turn it all the way off. Does something else.
Oh my God.
Okay. So it's a fuzz. My volume's all the way up now. I'm turning some knobs. I don't know what they do.
There's still some rhythmic information in there somehow.
Well, it's also a tremolo somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
not doing anything. This is just the pedal.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric, it's pretty rock and roll in that, like,
Until that happens.
it's pretty rock and roll in that, like, it
Sorry.
can't
Yeah, go
remotely
ahead.
be controlled. Like, it's just doing whatever the fuck it wants. It's like, I'm gonna play guitar and I want my guitar to have some fuzz effect, and it's like, buckle up, nerd.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Your guitar now has a personality.
Yeah. Sometimes it's gonna be a little fuzzy.
So it's obviously like extremely gated, extremely fuzzed. So you can't do normal things with
Okay.
it. This is with the knob labeled gravity is all the way off. It's still pretty insane.
Yeah.
You hear that though?
It's still there. It's still there.
It's still doing something, yeah.
Turn it all the way up and it sounds like John Mayer. You've been listening
this
to
is like-
different John Mayer records than I have.
This is a weird tone. But it's a tone, like it's very nasally.
Yeah.
It's a character effect for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's turn everything all the way up and see if I sound like John Mayer.
Just like him.
Yeah, there you go.
It sounds like it sounds like it's like one bit. You know what I mean? It sounds
Yeah.
like you've bit crushed it down to one bit or something.
Ooh,
Okay. All right.
this is... Now I can't get it to do the thing from earlier. There we go.
The gibbon howl.
Yeah, so like, this is volume off. It's horrible, isn't it?
It's I think we've done enough.
That's enough of that. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Holy
R.I.P.
shit.
to everyone wearing headphones or listening anywhere.
Wow. Whew.
Yeah,
I'm
should we throw in
tired.
like a headphone warning on this one?
I'm tired. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. It's a mess. I think it's going to be fun to demo.
Yeah.
Not totally sure what to make of it.
Yeah. So are you planning something for soon?
I don't have anything on the calendar yet, but I'm
Okay.
hoping to, because I think this is one that is absolutely worth demoing just because of how maddening it is.
Yeah.
It's the Antichthon. It's got this cool purple LED. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nope.
Wrong way.
there
we
you go.
Yeah, purple LED.
Wow.
Well, I'm looking at my thing in reverse as though I can't just figure out where my camera is and point a thing at it. Cattle and Bread makes cool pedals. I really like a lot of their overdrives and stuff. This is obviously
Not one
something
of those.
else entirely. But you get this because it can do all that super weird shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get it because it's like, ooh, this like, you know, bespoke reissue fuzz circuit germanium blah blah blah. You get it because it's a fucking madhouse. So
It's a nightmare.
yeah, it's the Antichthon. It's $180, but right now on the website says $152.99. So if you want a noisemaker that's like just holding on to for dear life, check out the
Changing the
Antichthon.
laws of physics.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, thanks, Pedal Genie, for making those wild gibbon howls possible.
Mhm.
I don't know how to recover from this. Let's.
Well, you don't.
Yep, we can't. We've got nothing. Okay, so now we're gonna get into. We got one actual bit of news.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
That was.
I've given up on the pedal demos.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are
we
anymore.
don't have to guess. That was one of those Bogners. That was the
cool.
Oxford. That was.
So
I think
Eric's saying
that
that
was a
was
demo.
that was a me demo, and he's saying it's dumb guitar playing. So we're really throwing the chat for a loop today.
That was definitely Derek. Eat shit, Eric. I don't know why. Okay. So next up, we're talking about the superconductor, which I think follows. I mean, this follows right on the heels of whatever interdimensional gravity bomb was just happening to us, right?
Yeah, except this makes way more sense.
Okay.
So
what's the superconductor?
From Crazy Tube Circuits, it's the superconductor. This is a boost pedal with 4 boosts in it that are all single knob boost circuits. So these like famous one knob boost designs from over the years. And there's 4 of them in here, and you can switch between them. And I think that's really smart. So
all right,
boost pedals are sometimes a little hard to get excited about because they do one thing. They go from this loudness to that loudness, and especially one knob volume or one knob boosts. So it's got some cool stuff. So there's RM mode, which is like their interpretation of the Rangemaster. These are all on a rotary code or rotary knob in the middle. Mm-hmm. So there's the silicon interpretation of the Rangemaster. Then there's a JFET EP booster style boost.
Yep.
Then you switch to the other side, and there's an op-amp style in the range of the EHX microamp, and then a MOSFET SHO from ZVEX, which is the super hard-on, except it doesn't have the crackle circuit, so it's a little more, handy. But on the Rangemaster and EP
do not
booster
feed
side,
it higher than 9 volts.
Right. So yes, we'll get to that. On the left side, you see that little white push switch.
Yeah.
That is a fat switch. There you go. So the Rangemaster and EP booster side, you can add some low end, and just by toggling that fat switch, and then with it pushed out is just the original circuit design. And then on the other side, the black push switch, you can change it from 19 to 18 volts. Sorry, from 9 to 18 volts within the pedal itself. So the pedal runs on 9 volts. You can't give it extra, but that push button will increase the headroom to 18 internally.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think that's wicked. It's an all analog design, different input and output impedance and internal voltage. All that changes depending on which boost you're using and where the knob is set, and like where the output knob is set. And so it's really all of those pedals in one enclosure, and you get to kind of swap from one to the other. And I just think it's a great idea, right? To put 4 really simple pedals into an equally simple pedal is pretty rad. It's not like it's got presets and shit for boosts. Like, who needs that? But I just think this is rad. And like I said, on the topic of pedals, you do the show long enough, and it's hard to find stuff that's like, this is cool. This is a new idea.
Yeah.
I like this one. I like this idea.
Cool.
I don't have much to add here, but I do have a boost pedal that is a combination of 2 of those pedals. Like I have an LPB1 combo with the super hard on, but nice. I only wanted to show it just that because it has like a sexy Mr. Peanut on it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Okay.
Is that etched?
So, yeah, it's laser etched in there.
Nice.
Awesome.
A buddy of mine built it and then laser etched it. I have a similar one with, I don't know how well it'll show on the camera, but it's Fritz the Cat from the nice. Crumb comics. And this one is a clone of the Acapulco Gold.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
Anyhow, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's why you're here.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of it on the pedal, though. It does what it says in the tin.
Right. I mean, these are sort of like, I always feel like these are studio tool boosts, right? It's because if this was your boost, wouldn't you? I don't know. I guess I should ask Eric, right? Who's like constantly like changing his whole shit. But, maybe he would get along with a pedal like this, right? But it seems like for somebody you figure out which one of these you get along with the best. It depends. Great. That's not a good answer. It's probably the one I deserved. Anyway, yeah. But whereas like this is, now it's like which boost is the best for this situation. It's not because I'm playing the guitar. It's because I might be doing something totally different next time. So
check out some demos though if you're interested in this, because not all boosts are the same, and they do have their individual characteristics. And hearing them side by side in this pedal lineup is a great way to explore those. I have an EP booster and love it, and I find very little need to go explore other boost pedals.
It's because EP booster is the finest booster.
I like what I have, and it doesn't mean that other ones aren't cool and won't do a cool thing for my setup. But this is a cool thing. If I was in the market for a boost, I'd have to actually really consider this one.
Cool. Is it available?
It is available.
189 in euros.
Which is what?
I don't know.
189. 189. 190. Let's just be real.
Euros. What is it?
It's a 204.03. So
okay,
a little over $200.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Great. Well, hey, I mean, that's fine. At least it's not a pedal we're bitching about.
Yeah. It's nice to not complain about something.
Okay. This has been mega fun. And I was super tired coming into this, and I became pumped. So is it just got one volume control, Eric?
It does, yeah.
It just has one volume. What?
Yeah, because they're all single.
Eric?
Why is it got to be gray?
Oh, I get it. He's just bitching. See, I'm too slow. You catch me on a bad day. Okay. No, this has been super fun. One other thing that we like to do is Thing of the Week, which is not guitar related, but a suggestion of something that we like. And I'm saying that as not because anybody needs to know exactly, but because in case Steve has something he feels like recommending, then Derek and I will go first. And if he doesn't, that's perfectly fine, of course, also.
Yeah.
Which of these sounds
I just think
what?
We come across some cool stuff and we want to share it. And it doesn't always have to be guitar things, although that's fun too. It's fun. That's how this kind of,
All right, I'm going to play one more sound. I don't think I've done this one yet.
Is that something from Fairfield Circuitry?
Nope. Strymon.
Ah!
Do you got it now?
No.
The Volante.
Oh, cool. That's a great pedal, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. These guys brought with them the Iridium. So his pedal board has an Iridium on it, and we've been using it just exclusively. Like I don't care. I haven't needed to plug in any amps. I just hit my microphone. Haven't needed to plug in any amps or anything. And the Friedman overdrive pedal, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool little jobby. This has been a knob twisting session because we're always like doing random different tones and stuff like that. So just like spin them until it works. And then I like snap a picture and throw it in that song's folder in case I need to go back to it for some reason.
That's great.
Recreate anything. Anyway, yeah, so that demo was the Strymon Volante. I think that's an oldish one. Okay. Derek, did you get a new link?
Yes, that's an Amazon link now.
All right. I'm pretty sure I can load Amazon links without my whole computer exploding, although I do think it's because of Discord. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So what the hell is this, Derek?
Okay. So I got this as a Christmas gift this past Christmas. And this is the Ember temperature controlled smart mug. Like everything is fucking Bluetooth now, including my coffee mug. I have to go charge my coffee mug like a lunatic, right? But let me tell you, this has ruined all other coffee mugs for me. I am so fucking spoiled about coffee mugs now. This is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. It's so great. It keeps my coffee hot for an hour and a half. Like the same temp the whole way down.
So
it's little things.
Here's what stands out to me. I have no doubt that this is a spoiling bit of
it's absolutely a total luxury that nobody needs, but boy, is it nice.
Here's what stands out to me. Just when it starts getting hot here in the Northern Hemisphere, Derek is proud of his coffee staying hot for an hour and a half. And meanwhile, every morning, I'm making coffee as early as I possibly can so that I can let it cool so I don't have to drink it
Just
hot.
saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Right?
People like their coffee different ways. I just felt like I'd throw that in his face.
I've got coffee ice cubes in the freezer. Like I'm making iced coffee this time of year too. But
wait, coffee ice. Tell me about coffee ice cubes.
I just made a pot of coffee and put it in an ice cube tray and put it in my freezer.
Oh.
I feel so stupid right now that I haven't thought of that already. Like, because
welcome to the future, Justin.
I mean,
the future is not heated coffee mugs; it's coffee ice cubes.
Like, I'm not a stranger to putting weird stuff in ice cube trays. Like, I have put mashed potatoes in ice cube trays and reheated them later for my baby. Back when she used to eat mashed potatoes all the time, and I can't. I'm boggled right now. I can barely speak because I haven't thought of that. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze my coffee. Of course I am.
So what I do, I made a strong brew of coffee and put it in some ice cube trays. This is a weird thing that happened. I don't know if it's just my ice cube trays, but coffee does not come out of an ice cube tray as easily as water. So that's kind of annoying. Got to let them like sit on the counter for a couple minutes first. But I use an AeroPress and I make a hot coffee poured over the coffee ice cubes. And then boom, iced coffee. Add more fresh regular ice. And
so you're making coffee and then you're cooling it with coffee ice cubes. Okay. I would not have gotten there on my own. All right.
Yeah. I've been experimenting with this every summer for the last few years. So
how am I just hearing about this now? I thought we were friends.
I don't know. We got to keep our relationship interesting.
This is fantastic.
We got to have some
coffeeception.
Some
That's
secrets.
Right, Eric. Okay.
Anyway, the Ember heated mug. It's it's $150 for the 14 ounce, which is like a normal coffee mug size.
Not for me.
But I use it. I use it. They make a travel mug too.
Cool. It's cool.
But they make a 10 ounce, which is like that's for fools. But it's a regular. It's just like a regular like diner mug amount. So perfect for like single cup brewing at home like I do. So it's rad. It comes with this little coaster. The tragic flaw with it, I'll be honest with you, is that it doesn't use regular wireless charging. You need to use its coaster. It's not
just like a Qi charging or whatever.
Not a Qi charger, no.
Yeah. So you can't just put it on your phone?
Because like I have a wireless charger on the desk but whatever.
Anyway.
It's it'll Bluetooth to your phone. You can set the temp to whatever you want. And it's got other things like a tea timer and stuff like that. But I keep mine at 140. Shit. And I love it. It knows when liquid's in it or not in it, so it turns itself on or off. It's so good.
God, I can't do it.
It's so good.
What if you said it's super low? Yeah, will it chill your coffee?
No, it has a range. I think 145 or 150 is the max, which is still cooler than how it comes out of my kettle. But I forget what the lowest is. But it's obviously hand washed because there's a battery in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But
look how happy she is.
I'm still using it like every friggin' day. And I have a lovely collection of coffee mugs I've collected from traveling and stuff like that. And I just don't use them.
Wow.
So if you're in the market to spoil yourself silly on something completely unnecessary, check this out.
Right on. Okay. All right. I got one. Here's something that you might or may not be expecting from me. So this is a website / YouTube channel. That's a dog wearing headphones, but don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So
he looks like he's working in customer service.
This is called You Can Beat Video Games. Now, I think this started flowing into my YouTube around the time that I was looking into and purchasing the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. Little handheld retro emulator device that I got that I'm having a ton of fun with. But all that like looking at old Nintendo games shit brought this into my YouTube feed. But this guy basically just picks old video games and does a like detailed, here's all the stuff playthrough. And he's got all kinds of merch and stuff too. So each video is like a game. And so the first one I watched was the NES game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The first one, the one that isn't the arcade game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is like famously super difficult. And he does a little bit of a retrospective of the game's history and stuff. And this game's super difficult, right? Well, here's like all the how-tos and here's all the stuff you didn't know and here's all the details and stats. And, it's like when he does Zelda, it's like this enemy has this many hit points. So we are going to want to do this with it. Yeah,
info.
it's like, exactly. And it's all done kind of live. If there's other ways of doing something, he'll do a little cutaway or something like that. It's really fun. I don't know if you could really use this as a true walkthrough. I've never tried because he goes kind of quickly with it. You'd just be pausing and then going back to your game or something. That's probably not the fun way to do it. I think the fun way to do it is like, I watched this guy play this game that I remember from when I was a small child being insane and uncompletable. And he's like, here's what we want to do. Okay, if this happens to you, do this. Oh, we don't want that to happen. Here, you can get free pizzas over and over by going in and out of this door. And now we're all set. And now we can go into this part. And like, it's cool. Fun. And there's tons of stuff on there. He's got the original Final Fantasy, which is another insane game. I think that might be a multi-parter. A Link to the Past ends up being a 2-parter. He does such a great job with that. And, he's got kind of a calming voice, I feel like he's narrating it while he's playing it. I can tell he did it after, but I feel like he's narrating it while he's playing it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's wearing this headset that he puts on his dog. So anyway, you can beat video games. Kind of a weird thing, but I've been having a lot of fun. Apparently, the latest episode is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Which has something to do with poker chips for some reason. I'm sure you'll have to watch the video to find out what it has to do with poker chips.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Right on.
It's been fun.
Cool. Steve, do you have a thing of the week? No pressure. You don't have to panic.
I actually, like, as you were saying these, is like looking around my room here, like everything is music related.
That's fine.
It can be music related. It just doesn't have to be. Anyway, this is what I usually do while Derek's talking. I'm looking around. I was actually prepared today.
Yeah. So the thing that I'm hip to here that I'm stoked about, and they probably don't matter to many people, but
that sounds
perfect. I don't know if I can
perfect.
get them on camera well enough, but I don't know if these make sense. I don't know if you can see those. So those are quick connects, or the they call them KWPs or whatever. Anyway, guitarfetish.com makes them. Essentially what it allows you to do is to put this kind of solder this permanently onto the back of a pickup.
Oh, no kidding.
And then you can just literally unplug like a micro headphone jack.
Whoa.
In to connect to your pickups. So the control panel, like I have them in this Telecaster. So the control panel, knocking stuff down. The control panel stays exactly as is, but instead of having traditional soldering in there, there's these little things that look like headphone jacks, and they just plug into the pickups.
Wow.
And so you can just swap the pickups out without having to do anything, like change your string.
Didn't
your new pickup in.
Somebody does this? Is it EMG does it, right? Like they have the pickup end is quick connect, I think.
Right. Yeah, they have that. This allows you to do it with like passive pickups of any kind.
Here's a link for the chat. Oh,
is this a Stu Mac? Is this what I'm finding? No, this isn't the same thing.
No, Matt just put a link in the chat to guitarfetish.com. Yeah. They're
fairly inexpensive. You can order those and then the cables. And once they're soldered into your controls of your guitar, then you just plug them in, swap out whatever you want.
That's a move. Pickups are one of those things that I would like to dive more into, but I am a little spooked by the doing of it, of like having to solder and then like, I don't like it, and then put stuff back in. Like it's just a pain in the ass. If you change pickups a lot, this is the way.
The cool thing about that is that Guitar Fetish also sells pre-wired stuff for like Les Pauls, SGs, Telecasters.
Oh, like harnesses?
So on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can just completely swap out the old ones with those, and then as long as you have these little quick connect things, you can use any pickup you'd like, and replace it however you feel.
I love this. Like, this is one of those things that we should have had a long time ago,
right?
and somebody should standardize.
Right, like this should have been what manufacturers have been all using for 30 years, right?
Yeah, like, why are we still soldering? Oh my God, why are we still soldering, you guys?
Oh my Lord.
If someone gets in
it's
here.
pretty cool if you just want to try stuff. Like
Yeah.
for me, I'm not sure, like certain guitars I have, like that one, I change the pickups out, every once in a while. But if I don't know exactly what it is I'm after, like,
Yeah.
I can try something. If it's not for me, then I can just unplug it and put the other thing back in it,
Right. And then, like I said, that's the thing that kind of keeps me away from that part of the hobby. The work, and I'm not super skilled at soldering and stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
I know that soldering will be around forever, and it is like crazy secure and all that stuff, but it's just like you said, having to disassemble your whole guitar a lot of times to get to the pickups and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
So I use one of my favorite pickups is a guitar finish pickup. I have it in 3 of my guitars. And that works out well for me because anything they make already, I can just easily, so I don't have to do any soldering of any kind. But if you want to use, like a Seymour pickup or a DiMarzio, you can solder these on there.
Mm-hmm. Which pickup
and then
is
have
it?
that option as well. The Dream 180, it's essentially just a noise cancel P90.
That sounds
cool.
fun.
Okay.
It looks, it just looks like a regular humbucker, which is what's in there.
Okay.
And they make a single coil version of it as well. But I don't know, man. There's just something. I love P90s, but also the noise is an issue, especially when you're dealing with like high gain and fuzz and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid solution. Although Seymour Duncan has started making us Billy Gibbons.
Wait a minute. You're telling me this pickup is $29?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, guitar finish is one of those things like you look at it and you're like, there's no way this could be good. And then I've just tried a few of them over the years and you'll find one that's amazing. But I saw Seymour Duncan is starting to make a Billy Gibbons Telecaster pickup that's a stacked P90 in Telecaster form, like single coil.
Stacked P90. Okay, cool.
So that's kind of starting to inch me over, but it's hard to pass up. $30 if you don't like it. It's
Like that's, yeah.
Wow.
What an idea. Love it. I mean, I know like Quick Connect stuff has been around, but like I never thought about it. Always struck me as something that was part of a pickup set, like EMGs or Fishman stuff. It's not something that you can do with other aftermarket pickups. That's great. What a good pull.
That's awesome, man. Super appreciate it. What do we have left besides just telling everybody over and over again about our link tree?
Go to the link tree. Fuck you. That's where everything is.
Do it. Go to the link tree. No, this has been awesome. Thanks, Steve, for being on the show with us and dealing with all of our bullshit and contributing greatly. Fuck you, because
I'm happy to be here. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yes. Where was I gonna go with that? I feel
probably wrap up the show.
Probably just wrap up the show. I'm super sorry. I
Sorry.
I don't know what my
Matt's
problem
killing
is.
It already. Let's all go hang out under the big old link tree.
That's what's so I keep looking at Discord and then I get distracted and I'm already kind of on fumes at this point. Anyway, this has been an awesome episode. I want everybody to go check out the Gear Stuff and Things YouTube. Just go to gearstuffandthings.com. You know how to spell it. I just said it to you. What are you, stupid? Come on.
Probably.
Well, they might be, but they're going to be less stupid after that. So go to gearstuffandthings.com. Thanks, Steve. Everybody in the chat, wave to Steve. In text. You have to wave in text because you're not on the... Oh, okay. Wave.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
There we go. Chris Pratt. Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
I appreciate you guys having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so what do you do about the tone control? You come to the Discord, discord.io/tone control.
What do you do about the tone? Turn it off. Do you want me to take this one, Justin? You feeling all right?
If you made it all the way through the Pedal Genie segment with that howling monkey, then you deserve a medal, and you're not going to get your medal unless you come to Discord. Join Discord at discord.io/tone control. It's totally free. And yeah, Derek, you know what? You can take it. That's fine.
Sorry, I'm going to throw the link tree in the chat. Want to pull this up on the screen, Justin?
Sure. Why not? Let's do
Okay,
that.
listen up. If you like the show, you can go over to patreon.com/thetone control and you can support us for as little as $1 a month. And that just gives you like all the love. Look at that link tree. Look at it.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Beautiful.
Look at
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at
Look
so
at that
good.
color gradient.
Like a
You like that?
tree with links.
Yeah. So for $1 a month, you get your name in the show notes and you get a shout out. And that's really cool. And we love you forever for that. But for $2 a month, you get to join us in Discord in a private top secret chat where you listen to us record the show live. You've heard us talking about the chat tonight. That could be you for only $2 a month. So patreon.com/thetone control for that. Patreon supporters for this episode include Carson Ricketts, Nick Greenwood, sorry. Nick Greenwood, Timmy S., Matthew Fenslaw, Ryzen Wolf, Jamie Evans, Jeffrey Wright, Doug King, Doug Gann, Righteous Ryan Johnson, Steve Huffman, Jonas Sabatini, Second Justin, Mako Guitars, Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove, OG friend of the show Brian Rizzi, Doug Christ of 37 Effects, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, and Brian Gower and Kyle McIntyre of the Tone Jerks podcast. Thank you all so much for your continued support of the Tone Control.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching/listening. Thanks, Steve, from Gear Stuff and Things. Go check it out. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.